Grand Rising, beautiful people, and welcome back to All Things Love. Yeah, we're going to start talking about this love because there's a lot going on in these love streets, and it ain't so good. It's kind of messy. But I always believe that even though there may be messiness in these relationships, there's always a possibility of you finding the right one for you. So, the topic today here on All Things Love, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you're new to this channel, thank you, and welcome. So, do you feel in the modern ages now that having a piece of relationship is better than having no relationship? If not, most of the people are going to be alone, huh? It amazes me that sometimes on my other channels when I go live, it's so many single people in the comment section, but in real life, um, they're single, but online, I feel like now there's no reason why you should really be alone, but seems like everybody has attachment somewhere else. So once again, is having some type of relationship or companionship better than having none at all? Now, most of these men will feel like most people have to settle for certain situations here because seems like the things is going in the men's favor because let's just look at it. The women now, and this is just my opinion from my speculation and my observation. I am 53 years old, so I do understand that the categories are totally different now. So really, to be honest with you, at 53, I'm okay because if I don't get married, it's okay. But I do desire companionship, but I do date. But most of these men, their 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 value towards women has decreased because the value that women have placed on themselves has decreased. It's like everybody seems like is not comfortable with themselves. So if you're really not comfortable with what you have, instead of really working hard to make it better, and it's never about changing the outside of yourself. It's more about changing your inside because what on the inside of you make you feel like you have to do all of those things. And don't get me wrong, sometimes people need those things for health reasons, but just to change your physical does not mean it's going to make you feel good on the inside. So they started off with getting, little barely makeup patches up here and doing little things here. To now is at an all-time extreme. To it has become very, very dangerous. So it's like most of the people who are getting these procedures, and I'm not coming at anybody. I'm asking a question because it has a lot to do with how you value yourself. It's like you may value yourself based on what you look like, but that's not going to last. The looks. So even with the men feeling like they have an added advantage because they're not out here transforming their appearance, because really what you're doing, you're not being honest with the people you're around. You really don't love yourself. And look, I'm not talking about nobody because I'm not talking about the little tap ups or the little patch ups here or there or whatever, but I'm talking about those extremes where they are noticeable. And then on down the line, and really don't even take down the line, it start giving you all types of complications. And then most of them come back and say, wow, if I would have just gave myself a chance, it wasn't anything wrong with me. It didn't make me feel better about myself. I end up feeling worse about myself. So now they're getting all these beautiful things done, and it's getting the men's attention, but for the wrong reasons. Think about it. If you are all made up fakely, most of those real high standard, let's say high standard men, they're not going to want to take you around their family. If you got a big old the donk knocking stuff over and it's flying and it's big on this side, and look, I'm not coming for nobody. I'm just telling you that there's been some botched procedures here, okay? Because it's like what I heard somebody say. It's just a trend. It seemed like it, right? Because it seemed like the majority of people who's getting that done, they're going to try to get it reversed. But the damage is already done. And not only is it physical, it's going to now become emotionally and mentally. And so if you thought you was insecure, you're going to really be insecure now because you don't have that to lean on. So don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing anybody's rights or their opinions or their choices, but if you're going to find a serious relationship, you're going to have to love yourself first. Because other than that, you're going to always be having a piece of a relationship instead of a full relationship. And even at 53, this is what I see. So if you're not comfortable with yourself and wherever you are, and there's nothing wrong with bettering yourself, but not to the extreme where you're not even recognizing yourself. You totally change yourself. If you don't like yourself, it's not about what you look like. It's about how you feel about yourself. And you're going to have to know that everybody's not supposed to look alike. I feel like everybody's always beautiful and unique in their own personal, individual way. That's what separates you from everybody else is your differentness. It makes you more unique. So as a result of most of the feminists being very, very insecure or jumping on the trend and wanting to get the wrong attention, wanting to be, getting it, wanting to be front and center or whatever the reason is, it's a trend now. It's like they've had their fun. Now they're making fun of them. So it's like, since the women, and it's not the overall energy, but it's a big part of it because that's what they're going to look at. They're going to look at these women who go get all these plastic surgeries. Let's talk about it. Get the plastic surgeries, and they get everything enhanced, and they expect to get those high standard men to spend the money. And so it lasts for a little while, but pretty soon it's going to get old. And then for these men who feel like, they can live forever, they're just going to attract women who just, especially if those men are not looking for anything serious. And like I see, most men have been married. They're like, you know what, man, I'll never get married again. I tried it. It's just not for me. And it could be women like that too. But you're going to go out there and meet someone who already got some attachment somewhere else. So, yeah, I said all that to say is having a piece of a connection or a piece of a relationship better than having none at all. Has these very materialistic women messed it up? Because I'm saying most of these men are looking at these women like they're jokes now. And they've been so damaged. They've been so taken advantage. It's like it's just across the board. You got the women that's been playing games. They got men not wanting to trust again. I honestly feel that even though it seems like the relationship is like it's like you really rolling the dice either way it goes. Because most of these relationships, married men are stepping out. They're not faithful. No one seems to be faithful now. Ain't nobody faithful. So, look, I can understand if I understand that's not my choice. It's not anything that I would be open to, but I get it why there are polygamous relationships. Because your person, most of these men, they're going to go out there anyway, right? Or the woman is. That's why I see why most people seem like they're heading into these open marriage relationships. Gee. So once again, is that where we're at now? At any age, if you want any type of relationship, you might as well be prepared to share. Is that where we're going? Do you agree with that? Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is All Things Love. Please like, share, and subscribe.